Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all are well. Today I've got Motherhood Q&A. As you can tell from the title, I actually asked you all on my Instagram whether you would like Motherhood Q&A, and a lot of you said yes. So I actually gave you all opportunity to ask me some motherhood questions. I hope this Q&A helps mothers out there who need a little bit advice as well as support. Me being first time mom, sometimes it was quite hard to look after Nia, but somehow I've managed to do pretty well, I would say. You guys know I really love sharing my experiences with you. So today I've got a few questions, not a lot to be honest. I think I might have 4 or 5, but I'm gonna try and answer all of them, which is on my phone. So I'll just have a look. So where is it? I'm trying to find this. It's here. The first one says birth weight of Nia. So Nia was almost 4 kg when she was born. She was like 3.7 or 3.6, something like that in kgs. So she was quite big baby, I would say. Yeah, and I had a natural birth. It wasn't easy, but yes, I did manage to have her by natural birth. And next one I have is, this one is the best one. It just says, did you ever break down in tears and frustration and confusion after Nia was born? I'm not gonna lie, I actually did. One time I remember Nia was quite small. I think she might have been like 2 months old. And what happened was, like, she couldn't sleep at all. She was crying constantly for a long time, and I was really worried. I didn't know what to do. I did everything in my ability to calm her down, but she was still crying. She couldn't sleep. So I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure what to do. So hence I actually felt so guilty as a mom, and I ended up crying. So Nia was just right beside me and she was crying, and I was crying on my bed at the same time. And yeah, I remember like Nav came, and Nav was like, oh, it will be fine, don't worry about her. Sometimes things like that happen, but being a first time mom, I had no experience at all. I didn't know how to deal with that, and I felt so guilty. I was worried that she was not going to sleep whole night. Hence, yeah, I just felt pretty bad, to be honest, and hence I ended up crying with her. So that was the time I cried. I was a bit emotional after giving birth to her. I think it was my hormones, and I did cry after having her. I think it's just my hormones playing up, so I ended up crying few times, I would say. So I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that is what happened to me. I'm sure a lot of mom has gone through that. So please do comment down below if you have had similar experience. I'm sure I'm not the only one, and I'm sure you guys are not the only one either. So let's have a look on the other one. Just said, Didi, what do you normally give Nia for lunch and dinner? Basically, I just give her whatever we eat. I don't actually prepare different food for Nia. I've been doing that for a long time, just for my ease, to be honest. And also I wanted Nia to eat everything that we eat. I didn't want to make a special food for her, to be honest. When she was quite small, say up to like 8-9 months, I did give her different food, but yeah, with less salt obviously. But most of the time after 8 months, she was having whatever we were having. At the moment, she just basically eats everything. If you actually do that, that makes your life so much more easier, because when you are cooking, you're not going to cook like 2 different meals, so it just makes your life much more easier. And also whenever you go out as well with your child, it is so much more easier. Like, you don't have to worry about what they're gonna eat. And also I've noticed one thing, when you actually do that, they don't become fussy eaters. So Nia is definitely not fussy eater. She just eats whatever is on her plate or whatever we give her. I do normally give her healthy stuff. We are traveling in few days, so I'm not really worried about Nia's food, what she will eat. If your child has obviously got allergies, etc., then obviously do give them different food. Otherwise, if they are fine, no allergies, then just give them whatever you eat. It just makes your life so much more easier. I'm actually speaking from my experience. So next one, let's have a look what I've got. Next one, so I've already answered 3. Next one I have says, how to make baby healthy. I'm no expert on this, to be honest. I'm not nutritionist, obviously, but I do try to give Nia, healthy foods. The first thing I did was I introduced her with finger foods like carrots, cucumber, apple. She is really into fruits. Whenever she feels like snacking, she's always asking me for apple. and avocado as well. I think it is really important to educate kids from early age, like introducing them about green foods, fruits, etc. I do give Nia healthy stuff, like vegetables, fruits as well. Also, she has a bit of a rice, so I think a balanced diet is a very important. I do give her like junk food. I do give her as a treat, to be honest, but not most of the time. So that is what I do. Also, until like 3 years old in here in this country, you are supposed to give vitamin D to kids, because a lot of people here, including kids, has got vitamin D deficiency because we don't get a lot of sunshine here. So that is also one important factor. Also, if you are breastfeeding, then eat well, eat healthy stuff, because whatever you are eating, that is what your baby is gonna get. So that is what I can say, to be honest, to how to keep healthy and also keep them active. Nia is one of those kids who is so active. She's always like running around. I really love to take her for a walk, and she really loves walking. So yeah, keep them active as well. I don't know what else to say apart from that, but yeah, thank you so much to everybody for asking questions. Anyway, let's get into another one. This one comes from Sunuk. Hi Sunuk. Definitely tips on how to stop breastfeeding. Obviously, to stop breastfeeding is hard, really hard. It is so challenging. I found that myself very hard. I tried so many things, like putting coffee over my nipples, even lemon, you name it. I've tried all those things, didn't work for me, because every child is different, to be honest. And for Nia, didn't work. So around 18 months, I actually stopped breastfeeding her completely, and I did that within 4 nights. So I was so pleased with myself, and I had to go traveling that time, so I really had to stop breastfeeding. Basically, she had reached to the point after 1 year and a bit, she started to understand the taste of the breast milk, and hence she really enjoyed breast milk. And also whenever she wanted to sleep, she asked for breast milk. So for Nia, it was more for a taste and as well as for comfort, to be honest. So she used to fall asleep while breastfeeding every night, or even during the day when she need to take nap. So that was kind of like a comfort for her. And also because we come from a different culture. In our culture, people actually breastfeed until 2 years, and sometimes people do it more than that. So I was under pressure to do that, but I had to listen to myself, to Nia. And also, I feel like it was high time I had to stop it, because her habits were getting worse. So she started crying when I wouldn't offer her breast milk before going to bed. So it had reached to the point that it really needed to stop. And also because she was eating solids anyway, so she was getting a lot of her nutrition from food as well. So hence I had to stop breastfeeding. So what I did before I stopped was I really wanted some help. So I went on to YouTube, I'll be honest with you, and I found this amazing YouTube channel where the lady was talking about how to stop breastfeeding. I've actually watched quite a lot of videos, but this one worked for me, and this one was the best one. So I'll leave the link down below. Do check her channel out. So basically what I did was, on the first day, I offered her milk until 9 in the evening, and then I told her that she's not getting breast milk anymore. Obviously, she was only 18 months old, but you won't believe it. I feel like from experience as well, kids are really clever. Like toddlers are really clever. The babies are really clever. They understand your psychology pretty well, and they're good at taking advantage of it, to be honest. And yeah, so basically I said to her, you are not getting anymore, so you have to sleep. She started crying. She was crying a lot. So what I did was, because she needed milk just for comfort to fall asleep, so I actually gave her a soft toy. I just put it on her hands, and then she threw that again. I had to pick that up, and then I actually wrapped that around her arm. So she started crying. She just needed something to comfort her. So she basically hugged that little soft toy, and then she just fell asleep that day. Next day, same thing happened. I actually only breastfed her until 9. And then again, I said the same thing, did the same thing. I said to her, I'm not breastfeeding her anymore. She has to go to sleep. Then she started again crying again, same thing, gave her a soft toy. So that soft toy kind of like became her comfort, became her friend who she could comfort with. And third day same thing happened. Fourth day she didn't even ask for it. So that is how it worked for me. And within 4 nights I actually managed to stop breastfeeding. So that worked for me. But like I said earlier, every child is very different. Also try to understand your child's psychology, understand what will work for you. Do try different things, I would say, because I did try different things. That is the advice I can give you all about breastfeeding, and good luck to anyone who is trying to stop breastfeeding. So don't give up. You have to be very, very strict. Honestly, when Nia was crying, my heart was breaking inside into a million pieces. But obviously I had to be strong. If you actually breastfeed them while they are crying, so that just breaks off. So they will kind of like know if the crying will get the milk. So don't do that. Don't ever do that. You have to be quite strict about that. So anyway, I think, hold on. Oh no, I've got 2 more. I thought I finished. I thought I've got only last one left. So the other one just says, what did you feed Nia when she first started solids? So basically in here, what I was told by the health visitor was to start, introducing her with finger foods like carrots. I've actually forgotten, to be honest, but yes, I did give her finger food. And it has been a long time. You kind of like forget things. Another thing we did with Nia was, I think we tried rice. Yes, we definitely tried rice, but we made rice very soft and gravy, and we added vegetables in there, like all sorts of vegetables like broccoli, what else I don't remember. And also sometimes we would mix like pieces of chicken, but that would be like a broth, so it wouldn't be like proper solids. So it was kind of like a little bit of a liquidy, but it's not like too solid. I hope you understand what I meant. I was told not to give her like a proper liquidy one, like we have in Nepal. We do lito. I was told not to do that because when they become comfortable eating those kind of liquidy kind of food, then it will be harder in coming days to introduce them to solids. So basically I just went straight to solids rather than like a proper liquidy food. So it was just rice but made very soft, and then obviously we would put vegetable as well, but we would mash vegetables with the rice. So that is how we did it, sometimes with the rice, sometimes with meat. And she really, really loved eating rice with meat, rice with veg. So that is how I actually basically introduce. And also what you can do is, there are lots of baby foods, really, really good ones, and we actually introduced her to baby foods as well, which was really, really great, especially like when we have to go out. It was really easy to carry those baby food. Rice was basically really, really filling for her, and she really enjoyed eating that. And it wasn't really hard to introduce to rice or other any solid foods. For me, health visitor gave me really, really good advice, and I had a really good health visitor as well. I'm so grateful to them. Seriously, they do their job so well, and I feel like they're so undervalued, underappreciated. Seriously, thank you to the woman who came to see me. She was so good. She was brilliant. Oh my god, she was a star. Honestly, she was so great. I'm so grateful for her advice. So the last one I have says, my 7 months baby is not taking bottle feed since last 2 days. He takes my breast and rejects a bottle. Sometimes what happens is, I've heard this so many times. Obviously, this didn't happen to me, but this has happened to my friends. They have shared their story. When baby is bottle fed as well as breastfed, then this kind of things happen. Either they would reject bottle or they would reject breast milk. I think what they do is they just go with the ones they find very comfortable to drink. So that is what I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I'm not a health advisor or a nurse or someone who is capable of giving this sort of advice. But if you are really, really worried, I would bring up health visitor. They are the best people. Like I said earlier as well, I'm a little bit concerned as well. So please do contact health visitor. Also, one thing the health visitor told me when they came to visit me was, because I was also doing like half bottle, half breast milk to Nia. So she did warn me, sometimes babies don't want to have breast milk because it is too much work for them to have breast milk, whereas with the bottle milk, it is like the nipple are made in such a way that they don't have to put a lot of effort to get the milk out of the bottles. That is what she had said to me, but I'm not sure in this case. So please do contact health visitor like I said earlier. So that is it, I think. Let me have a look if I've missed any. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much to everybody who took their time to ask me some questions. I hope you find this Q&A useful, and yeah, that is what I can say. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, thank you so much. And also another thing, I almost forgot, I do get a lot of DM asking me how Nia started to speak really fast, like really quick. One thing I did with her was when she was small, I always used to talk to her, and I enjoyed talking to her all the time, even though she couldn't reply back to me. And then around 5-6 months, I actually took her to her music class where we could sing, we could interact with other kids as well. That really helped as well. And she was a bit shy at first, but now she has become so much more different. She has came out of her shell. I would definitely recommend you guys to go to classes like that. That really helps with child confidence, the way they communicate with other people. The one I go to is my local one. You can find this sort of classes everywhere, but you have to pay for it most of the time. Some of them might do it for free, I'm not sure, but do check it out. The one I go to, I pay like £7 for 30 minutes, and I think it is so worth it. And yeah, I always encourage her to talk. Even when I didn't understand what she was saying, I would just encourage her to talk. I'll just say yeah, all right, okay, and all that. So always try and talk to your child. The more you talk to them, the more they will speak. We think like the babies don't know anything, but they have got really good sixth sense. They have got really good way to understand I think body language, as well as sometimes what we are saying as well. Sometimes we kind of like think, oh, they're too small, or they wouldn't understand, but don't think about that. Yeah, try and talk to them more often. Also take them to classes, to play area. Nowadays I take her to classes again. I've been taking her since she was 5 months old, so now still today she goes to a music class and she enjoys it, and she loves going out to play area as well. So that is what I've been doing with her. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.